Hello. I just had a conversation with somebody and I wanted to share it. Previously, and first, this is a disclaimer. I hate when people do this, like when they talk about a topic and they talked about it in other videos, because I feel like I gotta go to your other video just to hear what you talk, just to know what you're talking about. So I do apologize for doing that. Um, but it's an update. Earlier in another video that I did, I was talking about how if guys are different than females. If guys don't want to talk to you, they're not gonna call you. So don't ask them, why haven't I talked to you? Or why don't you call me? Or blah 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 blah. If they're thinking about you, they'll call you. So I made that statement, and I'm not retracting my statement, but I'm adding to the statement. It's a particular situation that I was in. Which made me say that. And a guy called me. He was like, and this is, I'm trying to get my thoughts together, but this is basically trying to tell you the difference between guys and females. If a guy has a problem, then his thing is, I'm gonna let it cool down. Me and a guy we were arguing all the time, and his solution was, let me let it cool down, because every time we get on the phone, we're arguing. So he stopped calling. And this is what he told me. He was like, I was like, we arguing all the time. I just don't want to deal with the argument, so I'm going to let the situation cool down. It was never my intention for us to stop talking or to stop being friends. I just needed to let the situation cool down, and I thought by not talking, that would let the situation cool down. To me, that's not logical at all. Because if I have a problem, I think I need to meet the source of the problem. So we need to communicate. And I feel like that's the difference between girls and guys. Females, they might have a problem and they'll say, we need to talk about this. This is an issue. We need to resolve this problem. But guys will say, we're arguing, let's stop the arguing. So let's let the problem fix itself. I guess that's basically what I'm saying. Females want to fix the problem. We want to address it and talk about it and identify it so that we can resolve it. And guys, dudes, they're like, it's getting to be too much. Every time I talk to her, we're arguing. Let me cool this situation down. And both of them, and after me and the guy had the conversation, although I'm not going to take his word for it because I still think that he was on BS, but I will say that makes sense. So it's no wrong or right thing, what I'm trying to say, ladies. It's no wrong or right thing. It's just a difference in the sexes. It's a battle of the sexes. You might see a problem and you address it a whole different way. And that's why it's important to keep communication. It's important to keep communication going because when you stop talking, then you don't know what the other person is thinking. That's kind of profound what I just said. When you're not talking, then you can't tell what the other person is thinking. So I might go off on a tangent and think the wildest thing. Your mind can think the craziest thing about a situation, and in your brain, you address that situation a completely different way. So that's what I'm trying to say. You just address it a completely different way. So, fellas, ladies, we want to make sure we keep the lines of communications open. And even if you can't reach a resolution, if you communicate, then at least you can address that. You can say, let's agree to disagree. I still don't see things the way you're seeing it, but at least I know. You don't never want to be left in the dark or whatever. So when he told me that, I said, that makes a lot of sense. You didn't want to argue. Every time we got on the phone, we argued. So you said, let's diffuse the situation by not talking. I'm going to give her a week to cool down, and I'm going to call her. And that's what he did. He gave me a week to cool down, and he called me, and he thought that was acceptable. Like, he called me and was talking like everything was cool. And to me, I'm like, I ain't talked to you in this long and you calling me? Like, you must be bananas. But we had a conversation and it makes sense. To listen, talk, communicate. That's it. Sun Kiss Cutie, signing out. Bye-bye.